Alright, so I need a little help testing out this new Defroster Defogger. Hey Rutherford, why don't you help me fog up these windows? Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is the last part of the series for this soft top install. I'm going to be adding the Defroster Defogger feature, and you will need 5 or 6 parts to do this, so I'm going to go through each one and show you what you'll need. The main thing that you will need is a top that has the defrost feature. You'll see the wiring in there that you connect your connectors to. You see the heating elements in the glass itself. You'll find these on both soft tops and hard tops. So if you don't have this, you can't do the rest of the install. Okay, so this is the rest of the items that you'll need. You're going to need a wiring harness to run to the glass. And you're going to need this relay. Here's the genuine Mazda part number, JDM. So you need the relay. You need a fuse block. There's the part number for the fuse block. And you're going to need a switch to turn it on. This is the part number for this. You could probably find one of these in a junkyard if you want to go with the used items, but they're pretty hard to find, so I just bit the bullet and bought a new one. So the good news about this is that you don't have to run wires throughout the whole car to get this feature to work. The wiring was already installed at the factory, so all you have to do is find the connectors already under the dash and also in the back of the car here, and I'll show you where to look. But the wiring's already there. That's what makes this job so easy. So this was just Velcroed on. This is a third-party cruise control, and I could see back there the wiring. So I know the wiring's there. I just pulled it out through the bottom here. This is just a blank panel that you can pop out. You can either get a little hook and go from the front, but I find it easier just to get down underneath and go from behind and push it out. I'll show you right here. Okay, so once you pop out the blank panel, it's just blank, but it's connected to the right cable here. So it's the one with the black, and you just plug this straight in the back here, and you can orient this however you like. And we'll go this way. So I never used the third-party cruise control that came with the car, so I just tucked it back behind here, the whole switch wired up and everything. So it's just sitting behind here, and I used the blank plate that was here and moved it over here, and now I've got my defroster button here. Okay, now that we have the switch installed, next thing we're going to put in is the relay. And this goes in the trunk, and like I said, everything's already pre-wired up. You just have to install the relay and the fuse, and that's about it. So already opened up the trunk here, and where you're going to look, let me put this down right here, that's the relay. You're going to look right over here by the driver's side tail light here. You're going to peel back the carpeting. See if I can get a camera down in here. And this guy right here, this is what you're going to connect that relay to. There you go, it just clips into place, and that's it. Now if you want to secure this, you can bolt it down to one of these bolts in here. It's really up to you. I might just leave mine dangling for a while. Actually, I just found a zip tie in here, so I just zip tied it to this cable here just to keep it from flopping around and making noise. Okay, the next thing you're going to need is a fuse block. And here's the part number. This is what it looks like. You see on the top here, it's got the fuse for the defrost and antenna. And that's what the bottom looks like. And this is going to go over by your battery right underneath the stock of your antenna. You'll see this connector right here, the white one. That is where we're going to plug this one on. Alright, so now I've got that clipped in, and if you ever do blow a fuse, take this out here. It's clipped in here, but if you ever do blow a fuse, this is where you replace the 10 amp fuse. So now we're at the most challenging part of the entire job, and that is the wiring harness that connects to the glass. I did buy a new harness that fits the NA Miata chassis, and I'll show you what that looks like here. So this is the new wiring harness, and this part connects to the chassis here in the back, and this end is supposed to connect to the glass. But like I said, this is for an NA Miata. The connectors are made for an NA Miata glass hardtop. I have an NB glass soft top, so the connectors on this end are different. So I just so happen to have another wiring harness for an NB. These are the correct ends for an NB glass, but as you see, the NB chassis connection is different. Do a comparison here. That's what the NA looks like, and the NB looks like this. So that's not going to work. So what I'm going to do is cut off the ends of this and just connect them to the end of the NA wiring loom. Now before I start cutting into the wires, I just wanted to show you behind the driver's seat here, this is your plug that this connects to. The wiring is already installed from the factory. This was already here on the car, and it runs down through the side of the chassis here. And these are the connections on the NB glass soft top. So I need to just fix the connectors on my wiring harness to match with that, and this end matches with this, and I should be good to go. Alright, I just cut off the ends of the NB cable right here, and I also cut off the ends of the NA, and I'm going to strip these down and just solder these together and wrap it up with some electrical tape and be done. So I'm using some scissors to make a little loop right here to where I can stick my wire in and wrap it in real secure. and then solder it. So I take one end, I stick it through here, and now I can wrap it up real tight. And that's not going anywhere. Okay, so now I've got both just wrapped together, and I'm going to drop some solder on it just to make it stay secure, and then I'll wrap it up with some electrical tape. If you have the heat shrink type of wrap, that's even better. I just don't have any more with me at this moment, so I'm just going to wrap it with electrical tape and test it out. Okay, so now that I've got my wiring harness all wired up, it's just plug and play at this point. So this guy clicks into place here. And then these connect up here. And that is it. Just a side note, notice that the wiring harness does come with a clip right here that you could probably replace one of the little blank clips that hold the carpeting in, just to keep it out of the way like that. So when I get to putting the interior back together, I'll think about what I want to do with that. But in the meantime, just leaving it like this. I've also seen people rotate this off to the side back behind here a little bit, so it's aiming backwards to where this part aims that way. It gives you a little bit more room. But yeah, job's done. Let's check it out. Okay, I just started it up, so I'm gonna go ahead and push the switch over here. I installed the button right here, so go ahead and press that, and what do you know, if you have this light right there, that means it was a success and your defroster, defogger is working. And that is how you install an NB top on an NA chassis with the glass window with the defroster, defogger functionality. If you're running just an NB top on an NB Miata, you won't have any problems. Same thing with an NA top on an NA Miata. This was specifically for an NB top on an NA Miata. It's just the wiring is a little different, so you saw how I just combined the two wiring harnesses and made my own. If you guys know of a better wiring solution, if there was another model that had both connections that work, like I don't know if a 99 model NB or a 2000, I don't know. I just got a used one off of eBay, so I'm not sure what model of the NB chassis this came off of. But I just know it didn't fit, it didn't work, so I had to combine the two. So comment below if you know of a better solution. Anyways, I hope this helped somebody out there, and if it did, let me know by hitting that like button. If you want to see more like this, you need to consider subscribing. Take care and have a great day. Bye, guys. And I'm actually getting to use it now. This is going to be real handy during winter time.